Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AM Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. I'm taking you to the Essipong Stadium, a facility where about 4 years ago, the Finance Minister, Kofi Adams, announced that it was 99% complete following its reconstruction. However, a recent visit to the facility showed a complete different picture, indicating that this facility has been allowed to deteriorate since it was used to host the African Cup of Nations in 2008. The Essipong Stadium is now one that looks like a breeding ground for reptiles. The Minister of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, and his team paid a welcome visit to this facility just 2 days ago. That's the Sports Minister on your shot, having a conversation with people who are working on the phase 1 and phase 2, trying to bring the facility back to life. One of the concerns expressed by the minister was the fact that this facility has now become a national problem, which must be resolved because over the years, it has been allowed to deteriorate to the extent that it cannot be used for its purpose why it was constructed. He says it is not fit for purpose. Most of the dressing rooms in this facility are an eyesore. And just take a look at that on your screen. This is the current state of the Essipong Stadium that the sports minister visited. His chief director, Mrs. Wilhelmina Asamoah, and the director general of the National Sports Authority was also part of the team that visited this facility just a few days ago, bringing back the conversation about the maintenance culture that this country has got. About $18 million or so were pumped into putting up this facility to host the African Cup of Nations. And 15 years down the lane, this is its current state. And the minister has promised to bring it back to life. He's hoping that there will be government commitment to bring it back to life, to serve the people in the Essipong area, the place it was constructed to host the African Cup of Nations. In fact, it used to serve as a home ground for the likes of Hazakas and the likes of 11 Wonders. Yes. This facility over the years is now an eyesore. This is a current state where the minister is promising to bring it back to life following a visit to that facility just a few days ago. Now, let me take you to the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They have been charged by the Ghana Football Association for comments posted on their social media pages. According to the Ghana Football Association, those comments were insightful. The club, during their March 11 Ghana Premier League game against Samatex on Sunday, claimed that Samatex were awarded a penalty outside the 18-yard box. And this, the Ghana Football Association says, the comments on social media, this is a portion of it, that is paragraph 2 of that. The club is alleged to have published comments on social media that were insightful and posed a risk of violence against the match official, which constitutes misconduct that brings the game into disrepute. And they have been given until Wednesday, November 26, 2025, to respond to the charge. Coincidentally, in 2024, November 2024, Master Asante Kotoko was charged during a Ghana Premier League game against Samatex. And a year on, they've been charged again for comments posted on their social media page that the GFA prosecutor believes that is insightful and pose a risk to match officials for that comment they posted on their social media, claiming that it was a penalty awarded to Samatex and that the incident happened outside the 18-yard box. Now, let's talk about the development of young talents. The Eastern Regional Minister, in partnership with Empire Sports, is embarking on efforts to try and unearth young talents in the football space. My colleague Elon Banada Fiamako has details in this report.
Eastern Regional Minister Rector Kofi Adams and the DBJ Empire Sports Agency organized a 2-day regional scouting event at the Kofi Adams Stadium over the weekend. The program, now in its 6th edition since its inception by CEO Daniel Boyfio Jr., brought together 10 teams and 120 aspiring footballers, all hoping to impress the scout and sports agents in attendance. A number of standout players were selected and will be given the opportunity to pursue their ambitions of playing in Europe. Eastern Regional Minister Rector Kofi Adams, who together with the Empire Sports Agency organized this year's edition, expressed satisfaction with the talent on display and said she's already looking forward to an even larger tournament to help uncover more stars in the region.
So far it has been wonderful. Yesterday we started and it was so good. I learned few teams were raised out of yesterday's match and we'll finalize it today. I think it's a thing I want to do more of it in the coming years and more well organized than this. It is the passion of the young ones I see around, and as somebody who has been in school, there were young men who were just like them playing very well in our school teams, and today they are just walking on the streets. I believe if they had such opportunities, they would have done better. And I believe there's a lot in the Eastern region. When I look at the football teams around and even our national team, there are people, though there are some Eastern region people, but there's not a lot. So I believe if we can be having such things in the region, it will increase the motivation.
CEO of Empire Sports Agency Daniel Boyfio Jr. said he was encouraged by the quality of the players, while football scout Jacob Fiete also praised the talent showcased at the event.
I'm surprised by the level of talent here in the Eastern region. It's been so amazing. You know, we had a lot of players trooping in the first day. That was yesterday on the first day, and we've seen future superstars. We've seen generational talent, and this should tell you that Ghana really has talent, and this is why this kind of event should happen often. You know, because there are so many hidden talents. I've seen about 2 super talents, and trust me, like these guys in a few years will be playing for the national team.
There's a lot of talent here, especially yesterday we had 2 young boys. Believe they were between 10 and 13 years old, and they did phenomenal. Actually, for me, they were the best players among them, and you know, it's not really easy to play as a U13 player against U17 players, so that really impressed me.
The next edition of the Regional Scouts and Justifier is scheduled to take place next year.
The referee, so that is yellow side.